Okay, so Chef Larry, thanks once again for joining us in our kitchen.
Rigo, thanks for having me back.
You know, today we're gonna have a different kind of show. I know, hunting is in full force right now, and what we're gonna do today is kind of, a little guideline tips on how to prepare the meat that you kill out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is venison, right?
Venison.
And tell us what venison is.
Well, venison is deer meat. What we have today is white-tailed deer and a little bit of oryx. This is the time of year where a lot of friends and family go out and you go hunting, and everybody's got a lot of meat. And people often ask me, what do I do with it? The most common thing a lot of people do is they'll take what's known as a backstrap and fillet it out, pound it thin, flour it, and make a little chicken fried steak. So that's very simply made with a little gravy. It's delicious. But what I like to do is show a couple different options of what else can be done.
All right, explain to us what cuts do we have here?
Okay, what we have here, this is a tenderloin, and that's off of an oryx. It's an African antelope. These two are also tenderloins from a white-tailed deer. You'll see this one's bigger than those. It's just a larger animal. This one here is probably 400 to 500 pounds. What you have along the backside is what's known as the backstrap, and the backstrap is a muscle that goes along the backside of the animal from the shoulder to the hips.
Okay.
And if you see here, this kind of looks like a pork chop.
Right.
We've got what looks like a T-bone there. All of those cuts. If you were going to relate this to beef, the backstrap to beef, it would cover the chuck eye, the rib eye, the loin, which is where your New York strip comes from, and then the top sirloin. So if you were to take it to a processor, you get back these wonderful cuts of meat. What most hunters do is they'll take the backstrap out themselves and fillet it all the way down.
Look at that. But I know that for every cut, there's a certain way that you need to cook it in order for it to be the best piece of meat.
Sure, the different areas of that backstrap are going to have different proportions of fat in them. So you might want to roast some or make some into a stew. All in all, though, venison is very, very lean, so it's a very finicky cut of meat. You got to be careful.
Exactly.
And you don't want to end up with a piece of leather. That's right.
You're going to teach us how to do it the proper way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do we get started?
All right, we're going to start off with an open face sandwich. What we'll do is we'll grill some bread, sear some of this backstrap, and build our sandwich. So we'll get started with slicing some of this up here.
Here we go. What kind of bread are we using?
This is just a hoagie. We'll just take these 4 pieces here.
So a little bit of olive oil on our bread.
Olive oil. And just a little bit of pepper here. And we'll toast these up on our grill here.
All right.
It won't take long at all. Get those marked up real nice. Again, we don't want to overcook these. We don't want a crostini or anything like that. Just want to grill them up just a little bit.
Sure.
All right. While those grill, we'll season up a couple of these. A couple of our backstrap here. We're going to steer these to a medium.
Okay.
See, like I mentioned before, your venison is very lean.
This is the kind of meat that you don't want to overcook.
That's right. Want to cook this to probably a medium rare or medium. Anything more than that, you're just going to get a leathery piece of meat there. You can use your favorite steak seasoning for this. That'll work just fine. All right, we'll turn our bread over here.
Oh, look at that. That's great.
All right. It's a good start. And we'll light our skillet.
Okay, now for our sauce.
For our sauce, we're going to start with some Granny Smith apples here. This sauce is one of the sauces that helped us win our Iron Chef Award this year.
That's right. You guys took the gold this year at the Iron Chef and the Top Chef.
We did. It was great competition, and we were just fortunate to come out on top. What we're going to do is just slice up some of this apple. We're going to caramelize it. And I got apple going all over the place tonight. We're going to add some pomegranate juice to this, a little balsamic vinegar and honey. And it's going to make add a nice flavor to this lamb. I'm sorry, to the deer.
Right.
Now venison is going to be a little bit gamey, but what a lot of people will do is they'll soak their venison in butter or buttermilk.
Okay.
Soak it overnight, And what that does is that kills a little bit of that gamey flavor.
Sure.
Personally, I like it.
Yeah, I like the gaminess too.
Yeah. So we're not going to soak those. We just take these apples here. A little olive oil. Let those cook up just a little bit. Now the funny thing is here, during the competition, we end up having to split open one of these pomegranates. And they're in season right now, so they're nice and juicy.
That's a nice big one right there.
Yeah, but you know that was a pain in the butt. So what we have is some 100% pomegranate juice, which is I recommend doing.
You guys had to squeeze the juice out of that.
We did. Ask me how to do it.
How would you do that?
Very carefully. We'll take these off the grill here for just a second. Don't want to toast those up too much. Now, honestly, you take a pomegranate, you can split it down the middle, and of course, you know there's seeds all up in there.
All over it.
So the best thing to do if you're going to do this by hand, or if you're going to do this from scratch, is just take all those seeds out, put them in a sieve, and just press them so all that juice comes right out. Or grocery store.
Or just buy the juice.
That's it. I recommend that. So we have a real sweet juice. With the tart pineapple, with a tart Granny Smith apple.
Right.
We're gonna put some brie on this bread, which is what we have right up here. A couple slices of brie.
Sure.
We're gonna sear the venison, slice it thin. That goes on top of the brie, and our sauce will finish it off for a great contrast.
That sounds great. I think we should take a little break right now, and we'll continue doing this, and we'll be right back.
All right.